our lovely Kelly Carey is with us this evening talking about the Kendox lifestyle tracker. But for me, that makes it sound, Kelly, like it is just a fitness tracker. It's so much more than that, isn't it?
It really is so much more. You know, this is your fitness coach, this is your health coach that's going to give you information on all those vital health kind of signs and metrics, but it's also your connection to your phone, because this is also going to allow you to make calls, take calls. It's going to allow you to play music through it. It's even got things like find your phone through it, and you can find your watch via your phone because it's got that Bluetooth connectivity. It's an alarm. It is your kind of, it's your torch. It's your LED torch that gives you 64 meters of range. Yeah, it's amazing.
So walking the dog at night, you don't need to take a separate torch with you. You've got it on your phone, on your watch.
And also you could be listening to an audiobook or a podcast or music from your watch whilst you're walking the dog. And at the same time, what you're going to get is your step count. You're going to work, whilst you're walking the dog, you're going to know how many calories you've burnt. And if you're, you know, if you're kind of maybe somebody that maybe forgets to walk the dog, I'm sure you don't, but if you are, you can set little alarms on here that say walk the dog. You could set an alarm
take your meds,
or take your medication, or maybe it is about it's about meditating. I've set little alarms on mine to say wake up a little bit earlier and do 5 minutes of meditation. But let's have just a quick look at the watch, because we've not really focused on what you're getting, but it is a lovely looking watch. You've got that lovely, I've set mine out of the 250 customizable kind of watch faces. Yeah, just one or two that you could choose. I've given you, I like mine because it's kind of, it's just really, it's clear.
It's really simple and clear to read.
Like myself, really simple. But,
and clear.
And clear. I'm not quite sure about that, but very simple. But what you've got is that big, clear, defined watch face. So you can always see the information, but also you can see there that it's in that large format. So you're not going to be squinting to find it. But using it, you know.
You're talking to me when you say that.
No, I'm not. I'm talking for myself here, which is why I chose the lovely pink big face there. But you know, if you're wanting something that's a bit sportier, you can change, we can change it via, you know, we just go into settings, we go into display, we then go into watch faces, choose one of them, maybe what if you want something a bit sportier, you can change the watch face there. But as I said, 250 to choose from the app.
So you can make it into a dress watch one night, a sports watch the next day. And
you don't even have to, it might not even be the next day. With 250, you could change it couple of times a day if you wanted to. But what we've also got is, you know, we talk about the features that you've got here. We've got that quick menu here. If you're looking, you know, this lasts for 7 days. So if
what
you're
lasts
tracking,
for 7 days?
So the battery life lasts for 7 days on this, which is immense compared to some of the very expensive watches that we know.
I presume if you use more of the applications, it might go down a little bit less than that.
Absolutely. It could reduce slightly if you're using all of those kind of apps and the features, and there is a lot of features and functionalities to use. But a quick tip is maybe reduce the kind of the brightness of the screen, because that actually, if you don't need it quite so bright, what that does, it's like any electronic device, what it does is it just holds on to that energy a little bit longer. So just by making that quick change, that's going to help you to keep it for those whole 7 days. But, you know, even if it was 4 days, 5 days, that's a lot more than other watches.
Absolutely. Well, we're actually looking at this price point. I think we should talk about that, because this price point is incredible value. And when you said how beautiful this watch is, and we're looking at this watch, it's quite indicative of another very expensive brand. And some of the features that are in here, you'll pay an additional premium to have them into your watch, which will make it even more expensive.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I bought one that had, that could register blood oxygen levels for my partner.
Tick.
Yeah, but it was 500 odd pounds.
They can be really, really expensive. And as you just mentioned, you might need to buy an additional subscription. With a lot of other watches, they do require you to be able to have, measure blood oxygen levels. You end up having to buy an additional subscription. With this, it's built in, whether it's your heart rate that you want to track and measure, whether it's your blood pressure, whether it's your SpO2, your oxygen saturation levels, you can see that okay there. Maybe it's sleep tracking. Maybe you want to see how your quality of your sleep, especially if you've got quite a stressful lifestyle, or you are training for something and you want to make sure that you are recovering properly. What we see with this is we can actually see quality of sleep. So not just the amount of time that we sleep, but the deepness.
Of sleep. So because obviously we want to be in a deeper sleep for longer and keep still for longer. Will it show us all of that?
Yeah, absolutely. If I just switch through to the app, now you can use the watch entirely in its own, independently. That's the word I was looking for, Shona. Thank you.
It's very late or very early, depending on which way you're looking at it.
But we can use this independently. But when we actually connect it and sync it to the app, what this does is it gives us so much more versatility. So bear with me.
Is the app a free purchase? Do I have to buy my app?
No, comes free.
Okay.
So I'm just going to...
And it's a very, very quick download because we've all done it now here in the studio. So super, super easy. Now, our producer, Martha, she's got an Android Samsung phone. It was perfect for that. Kelly, you've got iPhones, and I've got an iPhone. Super, super easy to download it for iOS, and I think it's iOS 11.4.
11.4 and then Android 6.
Brilliant. So, even if you've not got a completely up-to-date phone, you're going to be absolutely fine with that. But the great thing about using it in conjunction with the app and the watch is that you get to track over a bit of time. It's obviously when you're on the watch itself, it stores your data for 24 hours, but it gets to midnight, of course, we reset to 0, don't we? But with your app on your phone, you're able to keep a kind of longer look at it.
Yeah.
And this for when we're talking about fitness in general and when we're talking about trying to make lifestyle choices, this is when we actually start to make a difference because we can see what's happening in our life, and I think that's what's so important. You can see here we measured my blood oxygen the other night. We wanted to do this in advance so that we had something to show you because obviously this data doesn't download straight away, so that was 98%, which was normal. That's the sleep, but obviously I hadn't slept at that point. But Kelly, I want to ask you about that because if you're talking about sleep, again, the really expensive watch that I bought for Andy, he doesn't wear it when he sleeps because that's when he has to charge it. So he's not getting any of that data.
No, because some of them only will give you charge, as you said, for 24 hours.
Yeah.
So if you then want to use it the next day, where do you make that decision? Does it impact you being being able to measure sleep, or does it impact the next day? But with this, because it's up to 7 days of battery life, it means that you're going to be able to monitor and track that sleep ongoing.
And how long does it take to get a charge?
So 3 hours.
Right, so that could be, just on a Sunday morning when you know that you're not doing anything important. It's brunch time, so we're not so worried about measuring our steps or anything like that. You have your shower, you have your brunch, you read the Sunday papers, and you put your Kendox on to charge, and then we're ready to go again.
Yeah, and it's so simple to charge as well. It comes with the USB. It's got a kind of magnetic charger that just
neat.
clips into the contact points. And then that's it. So you have to line it up with those contact points, and then you just pop it into your USB, and then it's going to charge quite easily. Setup is also super simple as well. You know, in terms of all you're going to do to set it up is you're going to make sure it's connected, you're going to charge it, you're going to make sure you leave it for 30 minutes before you start measuring any activity, whether it's health measurements or whether it's your steps. Just allow it to kind of calibrate, and then all you're going to do is you're going to follow the instructions, and it just means that it gives you, there is a little QR code. So if we go into the quick screen and then go into display, there is a QR code there.
Oh, right.
How simple it is.
And
so
that's what we use on our phone.
You're going to scan that QR code, and that's going to link you to the app. And then what you're going to do with the app is, you know, it's simple, it's easy, it's really clear. But then when you're on the app, all you're going to do is go in and put in your specific metrics into your profile. Once you've downloaded everything, then you're going to go into there and you're just going to put all of your information in there. You might put a photograph in there. It might be that you want to, oh, he wants to keep taking another photo. And then you're going to put in, set your actual, like your height and your weight, so that when it's actually tracking your calories, it's specific to you. And then we can put other kind of important things in there. Maybe it's gender that you want to focus, you know, obviously we want to make sure gender, height and weight. But then when we actually go into the other elements, we can set things like step goals, we can do unit
set those goals and see, and it'll remind you to move to get them.
Well, you have to set a reminder.
Right.
But that, again, I'll show you in a second, is super easy. But you can see there that I've set 8,000 steps. That might be just 2,000 steps. If you're not doing a lot of walking, it's about just improving on where you've started.
And when you actually think about what you're getting, the amount of features that are packed into this really neat and really good looking watch like this at this price point is extraordinary. $79.99, you're making a £20 saving tonight, and of course you don't even have to find that tonight. All you need to find tonight is the first of your PayPal in 3, which is interest-free, no additional costs, and it even includes your delivery cost there as well of just £28.31. Very, very busy. We're a busy show across the board on absolutely everything, but I want to give you a chance to check your Kendox lifestyle tracker out while you have a look at all of the features.
Are you someone who loves staying on top of your fitness? Do you enjoy checking in with yourself to see how your day is going? Imagine having the power to monitor your activity, sleep, and even stats like heart rate and blood pressure, all in one place. What if you could do all of this and more with a single affordable wearable? Introducing the Kendox Life Tracker, your all-in-one companion that not only helps you keep track of your fitness, but also keeps you connected. Make and receive calls, receive messages, get social media notifications, set alarms, find your phone, and even listen to your music, podcasts and audiobooks, all from your wrist. Ready to listen, to track your fitness and take control of your day? The Kendox Life Tracker watch is here to help you check in with yourself, whether you're on the go or taking it slow. It's simple, easy to use, and takes just minutes to set up. All you need to do is download the app, pair your Kendox Life Tracker watch with your Apple or Android phone, and choose your favorite features with the intuitive touchscreen. That's it. You're ready to go. Curious about how many steps you've taken today? It's just a tap away. Trying to stay fit and want to see how many calories you've burnt? You've got it right there on your wrist. And when it comes to tracking your sleep, the Kendox Life Tracker goes beyond just showing you how long you slept. It sends data to the app which breaks down your sleep patterns. Check the app to reveal periods of light and deep sleep. Now that's something cool to wake up to. It's so much more than just a watch. With its built-in loudspeaker and microphone, you can make and receive calls and messages directly from your wrist, giving you the freedom of hands-free talking wherever you are. When connected via Bluetooth, your Kendox Life Tracker watch is always with you, ready to keep you connected even when your phone isn't in reach. It's the perfect solution for staying in touch anytime, virtually anywhere, all from your wrist.